Sup shooters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today I'm going to be checking out an artist named CD Klassic. I have listened to them before, I've listened to a track of theirs, but we're listening to a, what do I call this, an EP. A hip hop and rap EP. We're going to switch over to here. It's titled Compact Disk. Now as you can see here, this is not released yet, I'm watching it a little bit early. But that's okay, this review will be out once it's dropped, so you'll be able to listen to that immediately. Obviously you'll be able to listen to this on the 16th of April. There are 4 tracks here produced by Dream 99 by Kyoto Bobby, produced by Swirl, Sachi, and then Spaceship Dante. We're going to listen to each of these tracks from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. So let's go back to the start with Dream 99, and boom. Oh wow, that's so bright. Dream 99 produced by Kyoto Bobby. That's a hell of a first impression. Can we make the album art a bit bigger? That's as big as it's gonna get. That's alright. I'm liking this melodic rapping that's going on. I think there's a lot of bright instruments in there. I'm loving how subtle the percussion is. And that 808 as well is really polished in there. It's very professional. Damn, man, his head's up in the clouds. He's got some new shoes. He's having a good time. Oh, never mind. No, he can't afford it. He's working towards it. Never mind. I understand. Like, it's so full of things occurring, and I know that's very basic, of course, but a lot of the time I listen to hip hop and rap that can be kind of minimalist, and this is kind of the opposite. It's not like excessive or anything like that. It's just there's no real kind of sort of lower in parts where the energy lowers. It's sort of there's vocal samples or that kind of stuff going on, or he's rapping, or he's kind of rap singing. Like a nice little bit of call and response going on by the vocals alone. The rest of the instruments, like I think it's a smart idea not to have a really subby kick here. I think it's kind of like he's up in the clouds. It sounds very airy and kind of bright and shimmery. Damn, man. Yeah, man, don't listen to those people who tell you you're not going to succeed. If you keep making music like this, you'll do just fine. Again, like, the chord progression, that 3 kind of chord progression, boom, 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 is like throughout. And this song is short enough, Dream 99 is short enough that you can get away with having that one sort of chord progression entirely. That's the strength of having a single that's not like 3.5 minutes. Because obviously if you get into that 4-minute mark, it can be kind of repetitive after a while and you got to pull out your own bag of tricks. But I was engaged the whole way through thoroughly. It makes me very interested in hearing the rest of the EP. So in that respect, Compact Disk is doing pretty well so far, and CD Klassic and Kyoto Bobby have done good job. Alright, and Soda. CD Klassic and Shoto 6, produced by Swirl. Alright. Very similar kind of range to Dream 99. It's good there's some stylistic sort of sequencing going on here. Oh. It's gorgeous. I love that vocal modulation, how it kind of flutters, and you know what I mean. It's and how it was so subtle in that part because I knew it was the intro. And we've got a similar sort of like drum kit to what we were dealing with initially. Not obviously not the same, but similar. It's cool. It's really well done. I'm loving how, again, that bass is resonant, but not to a detriment to the rest of the track. Everything's been sort of like filtered in a way where they can sort of float above it. Alright, so this is more about the interactions between, like, I guess whoever's singing and, like, a person they're sort of into. Or maybe they said goodbye and things didn't work out. I like how much this kind of extended kind of harmony is coming back into music nowadays. I missed it in the noughties, 2010s, kind of late 2010s, early 2020s. It's just, you know, you can get away with having major or minor seventh chords and stuff like that in music. It's possible to do that without it being a complete waste of... like a complete turn off, you know? Tired of you and your lies. Yeah, okay, so I guess we can kind of see where we're going with this, right? Hook. Nice sort of shimmery kind of reverb on that. I'm wondering if it's a reverb or if it's like a delay that's just very, very quick and kind of has a long tail on it. I think that's CD Klassic giving Shoto 6 the first verse, isn't it? Yeah, am I right? That's a nice thing to do. Well done. It's also kind of good because we had Dream 99 where you know, CD Klassic was the focal point, and to then have like that bit of change where we have another vocalist at the front is just offers a bit of variety, you know. Should think she's something special. I keep my clay on my shoulders. I know she in love, she falling over. Yeah. I'm thinking about flying her over, picking her up at the Logan and my fucking rover. We didn't make it in town cause this bitch wanna pull over, ride me like roller coaster. Yeah. And we fucking to the beat. I could tell she knows some things. I could teach her something new. Just don't lie to me. Please, baby, don't lie to me. Could be out that door like Biden. Could be up here now just smiling with me. But now you're stuck at home just watching me. Wishing you never lied to me. Damn. Now you're only with me in your own dreams. It was talking about he doesn't drink that low grade stuff. Like, I'm wondering if it's just referred to life in general, how he doesn't lower his standards. You know, it sounds like a shame that things didn't work out, but of course, if people lie to you, you know, you don't want to have that in your life. Very playful, kind of moogish kind of synth right there. Cool. It's good to see the differences in like dynamic range as well. Like, you can literally see in the waveform there are little breaks where not as much is happening. And I think that's really important even in a sub 3 minute track where you have that change in energy levels. Again, it's not like Dream 99 where it was like short enough for it to be consistent the whole way through. You need to have little dips to really kind of, yeah, just, I think that was really clever just having that kind of, that realization there at that drop that like that's what they could have had, but instead she kind of screwed it up and she lost out in the end. But yeah, that was a great collaboration between Shoto 6 and CD Klassic with Soda. I dig it. Both Kyoto Bobby and Swirl have done well with their production so far. I'm looking forward to what happens next. I have a new wave kind of vibe to the soul that I'm really in love with. Falling, produced by Sachi. Kind of a How do I describe the way this sounds? It's like bright like the other tracks. It's charming and youthful and vibrant. There's kind of a glisten, like a distortion to it a little bit. Sounds a little bit uneasy. At times passing by and you can't do anything about it. That I know we're in the hook and it's kind of rude to interrupt it, but I'm digging how that sort of main melody works with the rest of that really low bass. The mix sounds massive. Really impressive what they managed to do with this track. Know what I mean? Feeling so sky high. Yeah, I feel like y'all mean. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? I'm falling. I feel like a bird with no wings. Yeah, I know that my life is complete. I just be living life stuck in a dream. Sometimes reality too much for me. Like somebody tell me who I'm supposed to be. I'm gonna find out by any means. Yeah, I'm running right through all my enemies. Get shot and get left with no remedy. Who they pussy ass niggas think I'm supposed to be? Nobody openly beefing with me. All of these niggas is bitches and bitches be claiming they motherfucking trees. Shit. A nigga like me on his own shit. I don't go home. He's all by lonely. I need nobody. Cause all of you bitches so phony. I smash on this. So we've had like Dream 99, which was talking about sort of like him kind of working towards the future and imagining what it'd be like and knowing that even though I can't necessarily afford the lifestyle he wants, he's going to get there one day. And then you have Soda, which is talking about the relationship he's had and how like they could have had like they had amazing experiences and just everything went to hell in a handbasket. And then you've got Falling, which is like talking about his struggles with life in general and dealing with the fake people around him and not being able to sort of like trust people and she a lazy hoe, she wanna get pampered. All by myself, standing in the rain all by myself. I need nobody else. Right now it's fuck everybody else. Yeah. Beach. Fill my cup with that motherfucker. And back in that hook. I'm trying to get lit. Off of the perks, off of that motherfucking bean. Know what I mean? Feeling so sky high. Yeah, I feel like y'all mean. Know what I mean? I'm falling, fill my cup with that motherfucking lean. I'm trying to get lit. Off of the perks, off of that motherfucking bean. Know what I mean? Feeling so sky high. Yeah, I feel like y'all mean. Know what I mean? I'm falling. The music does an incredible job of making him sound like he's alone, like especially with that pronounced reverb and the echo going on in that hook section. He sounds like he's sitting by himself as a table, alone, sort of feeling very vulnerable and just trying to get lit and just trying to make his way through the darkness and around him. It's a very kind of bittersweet kind of EP, isn't it? Multi-layered. This fade out's quite nice. I know we had it in the previous ones, but still. That was Falling, produced by Sachi. Well done. All three producers have done incredibly well so far. Couldn't Believe, produced by Spaceship Dante.
Totally fine.
These fluffy pads, man, I'm living for them. I love how these have been included. I think that these extended harmonies, these major and minor, these very emotive chords are very important for CD Classic's kind of... They're utilized incredibly well. I think that if you hadn't had these, if it was just a lot less kind of... If it was less luscious than this, it'd be a very cold kind of experience. It'd almost be sort of depressing. So the kind of these kind of foundational bits, they really kind of balance it out, you know?
It's raining, it's pouring, day in and day out. Purple drip my fade though, in a couple hours be lights out. But I'm up by 6, yeah, getting bread, no I can't take no breaks now. All my daughters keep on doubting me, but I'll make it and I'll show 'em how. Yeah, I on my list. I don't care, that pussy got mileage. Give me that head, you give me that knowledge. Yeah, that's how me speaking that nonsense. And popping the E get excited. Next with the perk of the trip and get violent. She in love with the way I be styling.
This is interesting. This has been the first like track where the bass has really kind of made the track breathe a little bit. I'm assuming this is like a stylistic thing that they're going for with this. It'd be interesting to hear what this sounds like through like a car stereo or something. It probably sounds pretty incredible. It's kind of electric kind of guitar. An electric guitar. Like, is this a synth? Is this a keytar or something like that? Is this final track more about, even though he feels like he's falling, he's gonna get through it, and he's gonna like, he's having a rough time at the moment, but he'll overcome this and he'll become a better person, and he'll show everyone what he's made of and what he's capable of in the end? That this is like a temporary state of kind of disillusionment, and that the future will be a lot brighter and that he'll get there because he can't stop. I can see it's sort of like a progression through this album. You know, I've got Dream 99, where he's talking about his ambitions and what he wants to do and how he wants to accomplish it, and how he's cognizant of the amount of distance, but he's willing to take on anyways. Soda kind of realizing who he is as a person and not taking less than he deserves. Falling realizes how alone the journey to enlightenment can be. You know, you have to make sacrifices along the way, and sometimes you have to just cut people out and get rid of toxicity so that you become a healthy human being. And couldn't believe us being aware of all of this and just committing to really kind of standing out and making the most out of his life and his journey as a musician and artist. I think that CD Klassic will become successful. I'm still learning more about this musician and what his idea of success is. Like, he's explained it pretty well. It'll be cool to see what he does in future, because this is a very relatable, understandable statement. I say relatable because I think that a lot of people just will be able to relate to this EP on the basis alone of they want to be somewhere, they just want to get rid of the drama, and then they know that they've got a long way to go, but they're going to stick at it. I think that the fourth track is the one that's very important out of these, because that's the difference. A lot of people just, they fall and they don't know how to get back up, and that's CD Klassic's kind of got that down. I think that this is going to be very exciting to see where this goes. Released 16th of April, so not far to go at all, really. I got a lot of love for what's been accomplished here. The production's pretty on point. I dig what's happening with the vocals. I enjoyed Shoto 6's work with CD Klassic and Soda. I think the collab was good. As I've said multiple times already, Kyoto Bobby, Swirl, Sachi, and Spaceship Dante have all done fantastic jobs at creating tracks which are unique to their own styles, but also cater well to CD Klassic's strengths. And it's there was no note that was out of place. My only concern was how that kick was breathing in the limiting maybe, and couldn't believe. But aside from that, I think it's going to be well received. People will be able to relate to it. The length of the tracks is quite short as well, so it's not like you're going to be listening there for like 2 hours. You can absorb this in around about, again, like 10 minutes. This is 10 minutes. This whole entire EP, CD Klassic put a lot of work into, is 10 minutes, less than that. So please do go check this out when it's released. It'll be released when this review goes live. Hopefully you get a chance to explore it and listen to it uninterrupted by me talking and pausing in the middle of hooks and stuff. Thank you very much for watching this review of CD Klassic. I haven't really spoken about CD Klassic as a vocalist. Obviously, like, the vocal performances were strong. He's very confident in the way that he performs, and I think that this is justified. He's got a great way of communicating with the listener. He sounds very genuine when he does it. He knows where to put those, all those kind of extra kind of bits as well to kind of fill in the space and stuff. But it's also not too much, and that's a very fine line, you know? Releasing an EP like this is a very special occasion. So I'm really hoping that everything works out. And I know I've said that like 3 times. In this kind of singles economy, taking an EP is also a risk, making one is a risk, because that's time you could be spending working on singles that arguably might get more sort of, but I think there's still value in EPs, because it's like a bit more. It's like, yo, you've got the whole story about who I am, and CD Klassic has told the story well. Please do check out CD Klassic's various social medias and SoundCloud and go support this release, Kompact Disk. Stay cool, stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.